everybody? It's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. Battle report number 71. 3,000 point battle. It was a local tournament I ran at the local store. It was game 1. Lord Tremendous, that's me of the Warriors of Chaos, versus Prince Phlegm of the Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, so a Warriors versus Warriors match. The scenario consisted of the present. This is one that I made that I was actually I made all the scenarios, and yes, I'm bragging, so deal with it. But basically in this one, in the middle of the table, there was a marker. That marker is called the present. The first unit to touch the present, marker, whatever, picks it up. The present gives whatever unit has it +1 combat res while they have control of it. They can only lose the present if they flee, break, or destroy it for any reason whatsoever. You'll flee from a charge, break from combat, get blown up by a killer spell, whatever. If this occurs, the moment the unit is destroyed, flees, or whatever, the present scatters 2d6 inches in a random direction. There is no hit, so it scatters 2d6 inches. If the present lands on another unit, they catch it on a 2+, otherwise it scatters another 2d6, and this will continue until someone catches it, or it finally lands on the table somewhere. It couldn't go off the board, you would stop an inch away from the edge, and you can't end in impassable terrain. Having the present at the end of the game gains the controller +5 battle points. If no one controls the present at the end of the game, both players lose 3 battle points. So it's important to have the present by the end of the game. Extra credit, gain an enemy standard, or force the present to scatter. +1 BP for either. This is my 3,000 point list. As you can see, it's pretty much what you expect. It's my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous, with the Mark of Tzeentch, Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, Unholy Strike, and Flaming Breath. And I started giving my Demon Prince Unholy Strike for when I run into those pain in the ass, one up rerollable, some sort of ward save characters that are out there that seem to be prevalent in Dark Elf, Lizardmen, other Warriors of Chaos. Hell, my BSB has it. So the idea is I hit on 3s, I'll be strength 10 with only Unholy Strike. So I'll hit on a 3, wound on a 2, and then do D3 wounds. I should be able to kill hero level characters relatively easy. With the other Trickster Shard, even if they have a ward save, it's basically cut in half. So unless the gods have just decided that character's supposed to live, the odds are in my favor. And that's my Math Hammer. My other lord was a Sorcerer Lord, the Jade Mage. He was a level 4 wizard with a Dragon Helm, Skullikatom, Seed of Rebirths, Healing Potion, and Lore Shadow. And real quick, he was a level 4. I did not realize that until I was making these battle reports. So when you look and you're like, hey, how come you've only got 3 spells from Lore Shadow? Because the entire tournament I did not remember, nor did I consult my list and realize that he was a level 4. So I was really using him as a level 3. So in essence, I had a 2,965 point list. So that's why everything happened the way it happened. My hero choices were an Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch, with the Mark of Tzeentch. She's my BSB. Great Weapon, Demonic Mount, Talisman of Preservation, Iron Curse Icon, Third Eye of Tzeentch, and Poisonous Slime. And I'm going to let you know right now, I am falling out of love with my BSB. The past 4 or 5 games before this one, he has died. Either through combat res or just taking 3 wounds, or through his 3-up, rerollable for his ward save, or rollable ones. It's really gotten frustrating. I'm really kind of getting sick of it, and so I told this guy at the very beginning of the game, in front of God and everybody, I said, hey, Tardum, Herald of Tzeentch, listen up, bud. You're going to get 3 strikes from me. If you get the 3rd strike, something bad's going to happen to you. You're definitely going to get out of the list. I'm going to try to find a different BSB, because I'm about sick of you. So either redeem yourself, or die in righteous fire. But enough about that. Here's my last hero choice, my Chaos Sorcerer, Fume the Flame Warper. He's Mark Tzeentch, he's level 2 wizard, he's on a Demonic Mount, Enchanted Shield, Talisman of Endurance, Chalice of Chaos, and Lore Tzeentch. And I like this guy because having a hero level character, especially a sorcerer or a wizard, on a Demonic Mount gives him 3 wounds and toughness 5. That's pretty friggin' good. Tag onto that a 1-up armor save, words are hard, and a 4-up ward. he's pretty cool. And I threw the Chalice of Chaos on him because why not? I had 10 extra points. I had no idea what to do with. My core units were two units of Chaos Warhounds with no armor save or anything like that. I know what you're thinking. Drop the Chalice of Chaos and put Scaled Skin on both of them. You're probably right, but I didn't. I had 19 Chaos Warriors, the Jade Shards, with Mark Zinch, full command, hand weapon shield, and the Gleaming Pendant, a 1-use BSB. I had my 3 chariots, the Vessel of Change, which was Mark Zinch, the Rock and Roll, which was Mark Korn, and the chariot with the Mark Sledge was Lady Elizabeth. My special choice was 5 by Chaos Knights with the Mark Zinch, Band of Musician, Ensorcelled Weapons, and the Standard of Discipline. And my rare choices were 3 Skull Crushers with Banner Musician, Lances, and a Banner of Eternal Flame, a Hell Cannon, and of course, the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list, and this is all from memory. There was kind of a lot going on. I forgot to take pictures of their list so I could report on them later. But he had a Demon Prince with the Mark of Nurgle, who had level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Dragon Helm, Other Trickster Shard, Chaos Familiar, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, and Lore Nurgle. I'm almost positive that was his kit. His heroes were Throg, and an Exalted Hero with the Mark of Korn on a Juggernaut with the Enchanted Shield, Talisman of Preservation, and Burning Body. I'm almost positive that's correct. His last hero choice was a Chaos Sorcerer who was a level 2 Wizard with a Dispel Scroll and a Lore Death. Basically a level 2 Lore Death Scroll Caddy. His core choices was a huge unit of 17 Trolls, 15 Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Nurgle, full command, hand weapon shield, Banner of Eternal Flame. And a unit of 5 Marauder Horsemen with the Banner of Nurgle, with the Mark of Nurgle, with the Banner of Musician, spears, shields, light armor, throwing axes. So they were not fast cav, they were medium cav. His special choice was a unit of 18 Chosen with the Mark of Korn, full command, Hellbridge shields, standard of swiftness. His rare choice was a unit of 3 Skull Crushers with Banner Musician, Ensorcelled Weapons, and a Standard of Discipline. Here are my spells, 3 from Shadow, 3 from Zinch, and it should be 4 from Shadow, but like I said, I didn't remember that he was level 4 until I made these slideshows. Here's my opponent's spells for his level 2. He doesn't have the cards for Nurgle because they grew legs and walked away one day. He hasn't been able to get them yet. But he has 5 Nurgle spells. I don't remember what they were. But he does, I promise. Here's deployment. As you can see, it's Warriors of Chaos versus Warriors of Chaos. Line up across the table and beat the S out of each other. Here's my opponent's right flank. There's his unit of Nurgle Warriors with his little level 2 Chaos Sorcerer in there. In front of them are his Marauder Horsemen, the medium cavalry version. Here's his center from our left to right. There's his Demon Prince, that crazy samurai demon thing. There's this huge unit of 17 Trolls with Throg. And that unit right there is his 18 by unit of Korn Chosen. And I believe they got +1 initiative during this game. I'm almost positive. And here's his left flank. 3 Skull Crushers with his BSB. Here's my right flank. There's my Mutalith Vortex Beast. My Chaos Sorcerer on a Demonic Mount. He doesn't look very sorcery, but I like the model, so I'm using it. And of course my Hell Cannon on the hill. Here's my center. There's my Knights with my BSB running inside them. Again, my BSB has 3 strikes left, and then I'm going to take them out of the list. So I threw them in the Knights to give them a little bit more staying power. There are my dogs in front of them in case shooting or whatever happens. Not that he had any, but, well, you know, he did have his fast cav. But they're also to kind of redirect and stuff like that. There's my Skull Crushers right next to them. My Demon Prince with the big fancy wings. In front of him was the dogs. Again, they're just there to redirect. My Zinch, Slanesh, and Korn Chariot, respectively. And my left flank consists of the Jade Mage, my Sorcerer Lord, and his big old brick of bunker. And they're going to go into the house as soon as possible. So here's top of 1 after movement, and as you can see, I didn't get to go first. Which makes sense because he has a lot less drops than I do, so we got the +1. And they come straight forward. There's no subtlety. In his movement phase, his trolls move up and grab the present, and that's what that little heart wound marker is for. That marks the present. That's what we decided to use. In the scenario, we just said that anything the size of a quarter or smaller could be used as a marker. And during his magic, he got Fleshy Abundance on the trolls to make them even more regeneratory. And wouldn't you know it, after he got Fleshy Abundance off on his trolls, he rolls a 6 for the Nurgle attribute. Now his damn Demon Prince is Toughness 6 with 5 wounds. Outstanding! He gets Rancid Visitation off on my dogs and kills 4 of them. And then they fail their toughness check or whatever it is, and they take d6 strength 5 more hits, which easily kills the final dog off. Which sends the Vessel of Change fleeing off the table as fast as he possibly can, because cowardice is what my chariot knows. So, for 30 points of dogs, I lost 120 points of chariot. Top of turn 1, 150 points is gone. So, here's bottom 1 after movement. And as you can see, there's been some. My Mutalith and my Sorcerer run over to the right flank there to harass the Skull Crushers in the magic phase. My Hell Cannon stays put and passes his check. My Knights sit there and wait to see where the Trolls go, because only the Skull Crushers have flaming attacks. Well, my Demon Prince does too, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet. My Khorne and Slaanesh Chariot try to charge into his Marauder Horseman, and only the Khorne Chariot makes it. And other than that, everything else is, well, exactly where you see it. There's a better picture of the Khorne Chariot slamming into them. They stood and shot and actually got a wound through on him. There's my Slaanesh Chariot, who was like, nope, 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 nope. Oh yeah, I forgot. And my Warriors with my Jade Mage went into the house. During my magic phase, nothing really happened, but my shooting phase consisted of a beautiful direct hit on the Chosen, and about 7 of them dying. So that was pretty cool. I'll take 7. They're Khorne, so they don't care, but yeah, cut the unit almost in half. Yeah, in this combat, it's pretty brutal. I do 6 impact hits, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So that unit gets pulverized, and I'm Khorne, so I overrun, and I slam into the Nurgle Warriors, and end up right about there. So here's top of 2 after movement, and there's been a little bit. The Khorne Chosen guys charged into the flank of my dogs, which I was fine with, because they're going to overrun and give my Knights a beautiful flank onto them, and then they can hopefully overrun into the Trolls, which might not be my best choice, but I need to kill the Trolls in order to win the game. Meanwhile, his Nurgle Demon Prince runs over to harass my Demon Prince, or whatever the hell he's going to harass. I really didn't care. There's a better picture of the Chosen slamming into the dogs. His magic is abysmal, and he doesn't have a shooting phase, so we go into combat, and as you can see, he pulverizes dogs without any concern. And that's where he ends up, and it's a bad place for him to be, because my Skull Crushers and my Knights are going to slam into him. In combat, I guess all the impetus was just wasted on the Marauder Horseman, because my Khorne Chariot kind of peters out against the Nurgle Warriors. I only kill a couple. I don't take any wounds, but I think charge and 2 wounds to rank and banner. I win by 1. He's steadfast, and he doesn't go anywhere. So, here's bottom of 2 after movement, and my Skull Crushers and my Demon Prince slam into the Chosen. And I feel pretty good about that. I'm pretty sure I can take them. Other than that, my Knights stay pretty much right where they are, because if his Demon Prince runs in, I'm going to challenge with my BSB, and then turn to face, and hopefully win. Meanwhile, my cannon and everything else sticks around, because I've still got Skull Crushers that I got to hurt. There's a beautiful picture of Demon Prince and the Skull Crushers slamming into the Chosen. As you can see, I have no riders on my Skull Crushers yet, because I wasn't sure at this point if I wanted to keep them in the army or not. So, and I had used the riders for other things. In fact, I think the rider of my BSB and the rider of my model that I'm currently using for my Chaos Sorcerer are models that used to be riding these Juggernauts. I recycle. Over here, I charge again with the Slaanesh Chariot into the Nurgle Warriors, and I fail miserably. The Slaanesh Chariot just wasn't feeling it. During the magic phase, the Beast gets his spell off on the Skull Crushers, and it's the number 5 spell, the template. Not great against monstrous cavalry, but I'll take whatever I can get. And it's worth it, because I think he takes 2 or 3 toughness checks and fails 2. So it's no armor save, so yay! In the magic phase, I irresistible through. I think I irresistible through. I might not irresistible through. No, I don't. I just get the huge pit of shades off. I throw 6 dice at it. I think I get it off by 1. I think my opponent tries to dispel it and fails by 1. So it hits beautifully right on top of him, and 9 trolls die. I was so happy. So happy. And since 9 trolls died, okay, real quick before I get to this, in my area, the way we interpret a stupidity special rule is you're only immune to psychology when you fail your stupidity check. In the rule, it says you're subject to stupidity, so you take a leadership check at the beginning of the game, or at the beginning of the turn. If you pass your leadership check, you have overcome your stupidity and act as normal. If you fail it, then you trundle forward d6 inches and you can't do anything because you're retarded. So the way we interpret that is if you pass your stupidity check, you're no longer subject to stupidity because you have overcome it. That's a word used in the rule, and you can act as normal. So you're good to go. You're no longer immune to psychology because you're aware. So since his trolls had passed their leadership that last turn, they weren't immune to psychology. So when they lost 9 of their trolls, they took a panic check, they failed, they re-rolled, they failed again, and that was the direction they ended up rolling. He rolls like an 11 or 12, bounces through the skull crushers, bounces through my caster, bounces through the passable terrain, and off the table. So his trolls with Throg, after losing 9 of their number to Pit of Shades, run home. And that's where the present lands. So I hope that kind of clears it all up. I know somebody's not going to hear this part and write in the comment section, trolls are stupid and immune to psychology. We can't get there. I think one guy in our game group has actually gotten there, and I just can't I can't change it for what one guy thinks. And there really seems to be a split with stupidity everywhere that I've been. So of course, if we were in your area, we would play it your way, but this is the way we play it in my area. During the shooting phase, my Hell Cannon takes a pot shot at the Skull Crusher. I only end up hitting 1, doing 1 wound, and that's all it needed because there was already a guy carrying 2. So 1 dies, and they don't care because they're corn. Win the combat over here with the Chosen. They are rock solid, let me tell you. And since they got +1 initiative for their Eye of the Gods roll, they went before my Skull Crushers. And they were able to put 4 wounds through my Skull Crushers. Yeah, they're tough sons of guns. I was able to kill a decent chunk of them, but they're steadfast, and they don't go anywhere. So they're not frenzied anymore. That's something. And then over here, I think I kill maybe 1 more Nurgle warrior. I end up losing this combat, which means bye-bye frenzy, but I don't flee, so that's something. So here's top of 3 after movement, and as you can see, his Nurgle Demon Prince has slammed into the rear of my Skull Crushers to teach me a lesson in, I don't know, and his Skull Crushers and BSB make it into my Knights with my BSB, which is not good. Better picture of his Demon Prince into my Skull Crushers. And a better picture, well, kind of a better picture. Sorry about the blurry, we were laughing pretty hard. But yeah, his Skull Crushers and BSB slam into my Knights and my BSB. In combat, I end up losing this one. I don't do anything to him. He does 1 wound to me, so rank banner wound to nothing. I lose by 3. I don't roll a 5, and I flee. But I get away, so yay! Basically, he was just tired of the smell. That's what I was thinking. Over here, we do pretty well. His corn guys, since they're not frenzy, they're just normal warriors as far as I'm concerned with halberds. Well, Chosen anyway. They are able to do another couple of wounds to my Skull Crusher, but I'm able to do a decent amount back. There's 1 Chosen guy left. My Demon Prince versus his Demon Prince. To be honest with you, I don't remember if I do a wound to him or if he does it to himself because he's got the Demon Blade, but bottom line is he ends up I think I end up winning this combat. I'm not 100%. I might end up losing it, but nobody breaks, nobody goes away. Over here in this combat, our BSBs trade wounds, which really isn't that big of a surprise. He's got the 1-up rollable armor save or whatever. And I think I'm able to kill one of his Skull Crushers, and all I do is I lose 1 knight in return. So my knights did pretty well, and my BSB did very average. He still took a damn wound in combat, which is pissing me off. However, with the reroll, I think they lose by 1, to be honest with you. It's not much. But he loses by 1 or 2, and he fails both of his leadership checks, and only the BSB and the banner for the Skullcrusher guy was left. And when they break, they die. So I was pretty happy about that. So here's bottom of 3 after movement, and as you can see, my knights slam into the flank of the Demon Prince just to give him combat rest so I don't lose my Skullcrusher. And my Slanesh Chariot is able to slam into the Nurgle Warriors, and my Khorne Warrior rallies and turns to face. There's a better picture of this expanding combat. And a better picture of the Slanesh Chariot finally making it into the fight. And my rallied Khorne Chariot. Yay! During the magic phase, just to give myself an unfair advantage, I give him Enfeebling Foe, taking off 1 point of strength, and the Withering, taking off 3 points of toughness, which was useful. In combat, my Slanesh Chariot flubs like a champ and ends up only killing 1 warrior. Charge and a wound to rank and a banner. He had a musician. I lose by 1. I roll a 712 and flee. They chase and overrun into my Khorne Chariot. So it's like, son of a gun. The dog pile ends up working out. My Skullcrusher is able to finish off the last chosen, which is good. Points, points, points. My Demon Prince takes a wound, and I think his Nurgle Prince takes a wound, but I'm almost positive he does it to himself. We win this combat, and he doesn't care. So here's top of 4 after movement, and done. Yeah, it's not good that his Nurgle Warriors got into my Khorne Chariot at all. And just to prove it to you, not only do they kill my Khorne Chariot, but since they charge, they overrun and easily slam into the Slanesh Chariot and destroy that too. So how awesome is that? Over here, I think my Demon Prince just takes another wound. We win combat, but nobody cares. So here's bottom of 4 after movement, and the Mulith and the Caster come over. The Caster picks up the present. On the Demonic Mount, he picks up the present, just kind of hangs tight. They're going to try to take out the Nurgle Warriors just in case, and that's about it. I get Infernal Gateway off on the Nurgle Warriors, and I kill all but 4. They pass their panic check. The resulting miscast for that, though, is a 5, and I end up taking a wound for my trouble. Ouch. So we go to top of 5 after movement, and there you go. There really isn't any other than the Nurgle Warriors turning to face. And since I forget to take a picture of our combat, here's bottom of 5 after movement, because really nothing happened. We got into combat, exchanged blows with Demon Princes, but we're mostly fine. But here's bottom of 5, and again, my Caster and my Mulith are just there to harass that unit of Nurgle Warriors. During the magic phase, my Beast is able to get the number 6 spell off on his Nurgle Warriors and do 1 wound, which means is back, which is awesome. Just awesome. I love the Beast, I really do. My Hell Cannon. As you can see, I put the Hell Cannon right on top of the middle guy, and he scattered perfectly right into my Chaos Sorcerer, and he does do another wound to him. So it's like, ooh. In combat over here, however, my Demon Prince gets killed by his Demon Prince, and it's like, damn. But Nurgle Demon Prince fully loaded against my watered-down version of my Demon Prince. Not entirely surprising, a Nurgle Demon Prince is a hard nut to crack. But, yep, it is what it is. So we go to top of 6 after movement, and his Nurgle Warriors come up after my Mutalith, and that's really about it. Everything else is dead or in combat. He stops the Withering. He dispels that during his magic phase, and that's really all he does. And so my BSB has to issue a challenge. He has to accept. So we get into combat, and my BSB takes a wound. Doesn't do anything to the Nurgle Demon Prince, but he takes yet another effing wound. He's got a 3-up armor, 3-up ward. We're rolling 1s, and I'm still rolling 2s. My BSB is really disappointing me. So here's bottom of 6. I go balls to the wall, send in my caster on his demonic mount and my Mutolith into the 4 remaining Nurgle warriors, just trying to capture those points. There's the Beast and Fune going in for the points right there, and we get them. Combat and magic are useless, so we go right into combat, and we're able to kill the last 4 Nurgle warriors. Feel pretty good about that. And if I remember correctly, we don't even take any wounds for our trouble. So awesome. I think they might have even failed their fear check. I'm not 100% on that. But I got the points, and that's really what I wanted. In combat over here, my damn BSB, he takes 1 wound. My opponent flubs. He tries to help me out here. He really does. My BSB fails his armor check and rolls a 2 for his godforsaken war check and dies to his Demon Prince. I was pissed. So that was strike 1. I warned this son of a gun. I told him something bad's gonna happen to you if you get to strike 3. You don't want strike 3 with me, pal. But yeah, that's strike 1. But in the end of the game, the only thing that my opponent had left was his Demon Prince, so I decided to make that picture of his Demon Prince because that was the real trooper in the whole game, let me tell you. Yeah, so that was a pretty good start for round 1, but hang on one second, we'll get to that, because right now it's time for a quick timeout. Tokens, fellas. Tokens. Wound counters, augment markers, hex markers, every status, ailment, and effect you can think of, from not being able to move to the lore attributes to the lore hexes and bonuses that they provide. Everything that you can think of that you could need a marker for, that we use dice for, Token Grail makes the tokens. Send her an email, tell her what you need. Any gaming system, from Magic the Gathering to Infinity to Malifaux to 40k to Fantasy, whatever you need tokens for, she will make them, and they come out they're flawless. Look at them. They're the glass beads. They magnify the words in the picture, so they're really easy to see from, the tabletop and everything like that. They're a lot more accurate than dice, and they're dirt cheap, guys. She sells them for less than $10 a kit. Dirt cheap prices, solid gold quality. Totally worth it. Send her an email, get yourself some tokens. The only request that I make is that if you are overseas, if you're outside of America, before you send her an email, you have to understand that shipping prices are through the roof. So as long as you're okay with paying like $30+ shipping fees, don't send her an email, because it's just going to waste both your times. But if you are in America or you don't mind high shipping fees, then by all means send her an email, get yourself some tokens. Totally worth it. Yep, after all was said and done, we totaled up, and it was a victory for Lord Tremendous. It was a massacre, actually. 2606 is what I got from him to 1266, which I felt pretty good about. Good start for turn 1 of a local tournament. Now, since I'm running the tournament, of course I can't win anything, which is too bad. I actually, since it's the holidays, and I kind of like the holidays, I went out and got a whole bunch of stuff. The top grossing victory points for each round, myself not included. Got a prize, like a little mini prize. They were glass cups. The first one was The Walking Dead. The second one was this really cool, like Joker mug from the Batman series, and the third one was the Zippo lighter with that had like warning zombies on it. It was actually pretty cool. I was proud of it. And the prizes were $80 carrying case, 2 different first and second got, what's it called? Gift cards to the store. Last place got a gift card, and last place also got the help button. But we'll get to that. Anyway, I ended up losing my Demon Prince, which sucked. My BSB, strike 1, mother effer, and both units of Warhounds and all 3 chariots. My opponent ended up losing his BSB, his Chaos Sorcerer, Throg, the Trolls, the Warriors, the Skull Crushers, the Marauder Horsemen, and Chosen. So everything but his BSB. One hell of a fight. Although I never really had to fight the Trolls, it was still cool. That Demon Prince just would not give it up. And those Khorne Chosen, wow. Wow, did they do well. The patrols panicking off the table was huge. I've already explained how the stupidity special rule works where I'm at, so if you have any questions, feel free to spam the comment section. I will slaughter you verbally. No, I really won't. But yeah, the Neural DP killing my Demon Prince and my BSB. My BSB is on thin ice as it is. 3-up ward save, and he can't make them. But all in all, still a good way to start off the tournament. Great fun, great opponent. Was looking forward to round 2. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for round 1, Battle Report 71. Hope you guys are still enjoying as much as I am. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. Thanks!